Did you know that 60% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency? This staggering statistic, reported by the Federal Reserve in 2023, is a clear indication that many of us are not prepared for the unexpected. As a personal finance coach who's worked with over 500 clients in the past decade, I've seen firsthand the devastating impact that a lack of savings can have on a family's financial stability and mental health. Last year, I helped a client, let's call him Marcus, who was struggling to make ends meet after losing his job unexpectedly. At 42 years old, with a family of 4 and a $3,500 monthly mortgage, Marcus had no emergency fund in place. Within 3 weeks of losing his income, he was forced to rely on credit cards to cover basic necessities. His credit card debt spiraled from $2,000 to $18,000 in just 8 months. The stress affected his marriage, his health, and his confidence. However, with a solid plan and consistent discipline, Marcus managed to recover over 18 months by implementing the strategies we'll discuss today. He's now debt-free and has built a 6-month emergency fund. What Marcus learned and what you need to know is that the key to surviving a recession is to have a solid financial foundation in place. This foundation rests on 3 pillars: having a realistic budget, strategically paying off high-interest debt, and building an adequate emergency fund. Let's dive deeper into each. The 50/30/20 rule. Your financial blueprint, the 50/30/20 budgeting rule, is a proven framework that I recommend to virtually every client, regardless of their income level. Here's how it works. 50% of your after-tax income goes towards necessary expenses, 30% towards discretionary spending, and 20% towards saving and debt repayment. Let me give you a concrete example. If you make $4,000 per month in take-home pay, you would allocate $2,000 towards necessary expenses rent/mortgage, utilities, insurance, groceries, transportation $1,200 towards discretionary spending dining out, entertainment, hobbies, subscriptions $800 towards saving and debt repayment emergency fund, retirement accounts, paying down credit cards. Now, I'll be honest, this rule isn't perfect for everyone. Some people living in high-cost cities like San Francisco or New York might find that 50% doesn't even cover basic housing. In these cases, you may need to adjust the percentages temporarily, aiming for 60/25/15 or even 65/20/15 until your situation improves. The key is understanding your actual numbers and adjusting accordingly. I worked with a client in Brooklyn whose rent consumed 55% of her income. Rather than abandon the budgeting framework entirely, we adjusted it and focused heavily on the discretionary spending category, cutting it down to 15% so we could still allocate 30% to savings and debt repayment. Within 2 years, she had saved enough for down payment on a property in a more affordable area. The power of starting early. Compound interest in action. One of the biggest mistakes I've observed in my career is when people delay starting their savings and investment journey. The cost of procrastination is staggering. And here's why: compound interest is the most powerful force in personal finance. Let's compare 2 scenarios. Scenario 1. Start at 25 if you invest just $100 per month starting at age 25 with a conservative 5% annual return. By age 50, you'll have approximately $91,473, not the $23,000 mentioned in simplified calculations. Compound interest accelerates significantly over time. Scenario 2. Start at 35 if you wait until age 35 to start the same $100 monthly investment at the same 5% return. By age 50, you'll have approximately $47,845. The difference, nearly $44,000 in lost growth, just by waiting 10 years. And if we extended this to age 65, the gap becomes over $200,000. This is why I'm passionate about helping young people understand that even small amounts matter. I recently mentored a 23-year-old named Jessica who was earning $35,000 annually. She thought micro-investing was a waste of time and wanted to wait until I'm making real money. I challenged her, what if you never make significantly more? And what if you do, wouldn't you rather have a 40-year head start on compound growth? She started investing $50 per month. 5 years later, at just 28 years old, she's already accumulated over $3,200 in investment growth alone. Micro-investing. Breaking down barriers to entry. Micro-investing has democratized investing in ways that weren't possible 15 years ago. Today, you don't need $5,000 or $10,000 to start investing. You can begin with as little as $1. Here's a practical example. If you invest $5 per day into a diversified stock market index fund, that's approximately $1,825 per year or $152 per month. Over 30 years at an average 7% annual return, that modest daily investment would grow to over $280,000. That's the power of consistency combined with compound growth. Popular micro-investing platforms include Acorns, rounds up your purchases and invests the difference. Robinhood allows fractional shares starting at $1 Fidelity offers zero minimum index funds Vanguard provides low-cost index fund options. One of my clients, Tom, used Acorns and set it to round up his daily coffee purchases. He didn't even notice the extra $25-40 being invested each month, but after 3 years he had nearly $200 in his investment account. More importantly, he had built the investing habit. The high-interest debt problem, a growing crisis. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, credit card debt. According to the Federal Reserve's 2024 data, the average American household carrying credit card debt owes $6,360, with interest rates averaging around 16-23% depending on creditworthiness. Imagine you have a $5,000 credit card balance at 18% APR and only make minimum payments of $100 per month. It will take you 85 months, over 7 years, to pay off that debt, and you'll pay approximately $3,400 in interest alone. That's nearly 70% more than the original balance. This is why credit card debt is so insidious. It compounds against you rather than for you. Debt repayment strategies. Finding your path, I recommend the ** debt snowball method * for most of my clients, and here's why. Psychology matters more than math. With the debt snowball method, you list all debts from smallest to largest balance regardless of interest rate and attack the smallest one first while making minimum payments on others. Once that's paid off, you take that payment amount and apply it to the next smallest debt, creating a snowball effect. For example, credit card $1, $500 balance, minimum payment $50, credit card $2, $100 balance, minimum payment $75, personal loan $5,000 balance, minimum payment $150. You'd throw everything at card 1 first. Once it's paid off in 2-3 months, you'd have an extra $50 to apply to card 2, meaning you're now paying $125 toward it. When that's done, you'd have $175 hitting the personal loan. The alternative is the ** debt avalanche method **, which targets the highest interest rates first and saves more money on interest. However, many of my clients found the snowball method more motivating because they see tangible wins quickly. I worked with a couple, Daniel and Sarah, who had $28,000 in combined debt across 6 different accounts. Using the snowball method, they eliminated their first debt in 8 weeks. That small victory gave them the motivation to stay the course. 3 years later, they were completely debt-free. # building your emergency fund. How much is enough? Here's a sobering fact. The median emergency fund in America is less than $5,000 according to Fed surveys. For most people, this covers fewer than 2 weeks of expenses. It's simply not enough. I recommend a tiered approach. * Tier 1, the starter emergency fund $1,000, $2,000 *. This is your prevent crisis fund. It covers unexpected car repairs, emergency room visits, or a few groceries when you're between paychecks. * Tier 2, the 3-month fund, 3 months of expenses. * This typically means $9,000, $15,000 for most households. It provides a reasonable cushion for temporary income disruption like a job loss or medical issue. * Tier 3, the full emergency fund, 6 months of expenses. * aiming for $18,000, $30,000 depending on your situation. This is my recommendation for anyone in an unstable industry, self-employed individuals, or those with dependents. I had a client named Patricia who experienced a cancer diagnosis and required 3 months off work during treatment. Her 6-month emergency fund was absolutely crucial. It meant she could focus on her health rather than panicking about bills. She's now cancer-free and has rebuilt her emergency fund while maintaining her regular retirement contributions. # long-term investing. The volatility test. When it comes to investing for the long term, your biggest enemy isn't the market, it's your own behavior during market downturns. Consider this real example. An investor who put $1,000 into an S&P 500 index fund on January 1, 2010 would have had approximately $2,500 by January 2024, assuming dividends were reinvested. But here's what actually happened during that period. The market crashed 57% in 2008 before our example started. But it sets the context. It fell 19% in 2022. It recovered 24% in 2023. Many investors panic sold during these downturns, locking in losses. Those who stayed invested and continued buying during downturns, a strategy called dollar cost averaging, actually ended up better off because they bought more shares at lower prices. I have a client, Robert, who couldn't bear watching his portfolio decline during the 2020 pandemic crash. He sold his entire position when the market was down 30%, losing $12,000. The market recovered and went on to new highs within months. Robert missed all of that upside and spent 3 years regretting his decision. He's back in the market now, but he learned an expensive lesson about emotional investing. # putting it all together. Your action plan. Surviving and thriving through a recession isn't about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about making consistent progress toward your goals. Here's your action plan for this week. 1. Calculate your actual 50/30/20 split using last month's bank and credit card statements. 2. Open a high-yield savings account for your emergency fund, currently earning 4-5% APY. 3. List all your debts with balances and interest rates to identify your first snowball target. 4. Set up automatic micro-investing with just $5-10 per week. 5. Schedule a financial check-in for